Hey everyone, my name is OmoLola and welcome to my new YouTube channel. So I would tell you to like and subscribe, but you have no idea who I am yet. So I figured I'd do like a little Q&A, get to know you thing, and then you can decide whether or not you want to like and subscribe. So first things first, as you can tell by my ethnic name, I am Nigerian. My parents immigrated from Nigeria. I am 19, I go to the University of Maryland College Park. I am a Christian, so I love Jesus, and by proxy, that means I love you too. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much all the basics that you probably would need to know. I went to my Instagram to ask for a few questions to do a little Q&A. Highly recommend you follow me on there. And I just decided, let's use that to help people get to know me better. So we're gonna do that. Okay, so here we go. Is Angel your real name? Okay, so this is a really funny story. When I was a baby, I have two older brothers. When I was a baby, my oldest brother just called me Angel. Like, that was like his little nickname for me. So it kind of stuck. So my entire family was calling me that. And then everyone at my church started calling me that. And for like years of my own life, I kind of thought that was my real name. Like, I thought that was on my birth certificate. It wasn't until I saw my birth certificate when I was like 10 that I realized that wasn't my real name. My first real name is OmoLola, and then my middle name is Stephanie. So it was really funny, like, when all my church friends actually found out that that wasn't my real name. And to this day, there are people who go to my church who think that Angel is my real first name. So sorry to all y'all who are watching. Angel is not my real name. It is not my middle name. It is literally a nickname that my oldest brother like shared to everybody, and everybody was calling me that. And it's really funny because everyone at church and like my family know me as Angel. Everyone from like middle to high school know me as Stephanie, and then everyone at college right now knows me as Lola. So obviously I know my identity. Guilty pleasure. Okay, so I kind of consider myself a hopeless romantic, but I inwardly cringe at like romantic words. But I love like romance movies and like romance books, and well, not books, but I love like romance movies and stuff. That's just something I watch like on my own, or I like to roast with my friends. So that's pretty much like, I guess, a guilty pleasure. Okay, so next question. Pet peeves. So obviously I'm Nigerian, and if there's one thing Nigerian parents cannot do, it is be on time. Like, they'll be on time for everything that they need to do, but when it comes to things that I need to do, bro, they are never on time. The physical frustration that courses through my veins when my parents are literally never on time for things. And it might not even be something that I need to do. It might be like somebody invited our family out to something and they're expecting us there, and my parents are literally like 30 minutes late, and I'm like physically shaking or like anxiety. It's not actually healthy, but yeah, that's my biggest pet peeve. The next question is one thing you absolutely love and one thing you absolutely hate. So I absolutely love Jesus and I absolutely hate the devil. But seriously, well, that actually is a serious answer. I absolutely love hanging out with my friends. Quality time's like my love language. So whenever I'm out with friends and we're just having a good time, deep discussions, I love it. One thing I absolutely hate is raisins. They are the bane of my existence. Anything that has raisins in it, I don't know why people would put it in cookies. I don't know why granola always be having raisins. I don't even think they have any actual health value. They have like sugar. Anytime it's entered my mouth, I physically convulse. So yeah, no, raisins, absolutely hate them. Next question. What do you like the most about college? This is actually really funny because I feel like everyone in college can name the stuff they hate about college like off the bat. But when you ask people what do you like about college, it's like, oh, what do I like about college? One thing I like is you can kind of do things at any time you want. Like, you shouldn't do anything at any time, but you can do things at any time. Because Once again, going back to my Africanness, being a pretty sheltered kid, there are certain things you couldn't do at certain times. But in college, like if I wanted to stay up until 3 a.m. doing anything, like nobody's gonna tell me not to. Or if I wanted to like go and buy a snack at like 12 a.m. from a vending machine and eat it, which I don't recommend. But if you wanted to do that, you know, I for sure did. But I love that you could kind of do that. I guess that's like the kind of wild thing I liked about college. Another thing I've kind of liked about college is you can kind of find anyone who has similar interests as you, like if you meet enough people. I kind of had the privilege of being able to like meet a lot of people through like different programs and clubs. So like if you were interested in some certain thing, so long as you kind of like voiced it, you could find somebody who liked it. So like for me, like besides like music and all this other stuff, I like to watch some anime. I like some K-pop groups too, and like I found people who like that too. Like my roommate, my old roommate, she okay, like my roommate from this past semester, like we like so many of the same things. So it was like any interest you had, you could find somebody who liked it. So that's something good about college amongst all the bad things. What made you want to do music? Okay, so that's something I didn't mention. I love music. I love to sing. I just released my debut single in June. It's called Under the Sun. It's just the first song though. It's not, so I wouldn't necessarily go as far as to call myself like some big musician or anything, but I mean, who knows? So in terms of what kind of made me get into music, when I was like a really little kid, one really specific memory I have is like I had this really tiny, it was like this big, I promise you, this really tiny MP3 player. And for some weird reason, Michael Jackson's Thriller, like the whole thing was on that tiny MP3 player. And I remember watching it all the time. That's probably why I wear glasses right now, and I'm not wearing them because of these lashes. When I was a kid, I used to sing solos in elementary. I used to sing solos in elementary, middle school. I used to sing a lot at church. So kind of just over time, I just really, was exposed to a musical environment. Also, my uncle used to be a musician, so he used to like release music and stuff. So that also kind of like all fed into me kind of loving music, loving to do anything related to music. So yeah. When are you dropping your album? Your single was very OC and we need more. Applause. Thank you. But seriously though, I have some like singles coming up. In terms of an album, that's kind of something I'm overall working on or working towards. But kind of going back into like me being interested in music, I never really got sort of, I guess, the formal training that I wish I had gotten when I was younger, like formal singing training, really learning how to play instruments and stuff like that. So I feel like right now, since I've kind of already pushed myself to start being more open about releasing music and stuff, right now I'm kind of taking it slow and like trying to get better at everything. So like learning instruments, making sure I'm getting better as a singer, just so like these singles are great, but just if I'm gonna release a body of work, I want it to be like amazing. Album, I don't know. Got some singles coming on the way though. What is your favorite part of the song making process? So the song making process for me is writing, demoing, giving it to any producer friends to work on it, them like revising, then mixing, mastering, release. So my favorite process is the beginning pretty much. I love to write. I also love demoing. Writing for me, I started writing music around, I think, 6th grade. I love to read and I used to write a lot of stuff when I was younger, but I didn't really like get into a songwriting kind of process until I was like in 6th grade. So I love to write songs because honestly, like you can just pour anything out, anything you're feeling, any frustration. Under the Sun was written because of how I was feeling about the whole coronavirus thing. So I really love just being able to process my feelings and stuff by writing. Demoing is fun though because that's where I get to like be a little more creative with like how I sing it and how I perform it. Demoing can be extremely frustrating, but also extremely fun, depending on the way you look at it. But yeah, so writing and demoing. Recording process for Under the Sun. So kind of going back to the steps I listed earlier, like writing, demoing, revision, mixing, mastering, release. So that's pretty much how it went. Under the Sun was interesting though, because writing, smooth, demoing, smooth. But once we got to, once I sent it to my producer friend, shout out to Shay, it was like, it took so long because I was kind of particular about the way I wanted the beat to sound. And then even when he had finished the beat, I wanted to re-record some parts because I felt like it didn't sound that great. So it was kind of like, oh gosh, when is this song gonna be released? I kind of had to like suck it down, I guess, just like suck it down. I kind of had to just get over it, I guess, of trying to make it as perfect as I think, because I think sometimes we strive for this state of perfection that isn't actually perfect. It's just you try to compare it to other people, and then if it doesn't sound as perfect as so and so and so singer, you're like, oh, I don't think this sounds that good. But it's not that it's not good, it's just you keep comparing. So I kind of just had to like, okay, we're gonna stop comparing, we're gonna just release it, and it's good. And I was so happy because a lot of people who I know listen to the song really like it, so I'm really glad. Yeah. What's the workout routine? Future video. And the last question, very important. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? I don't know, 3? Didn't he say 3 and then he bit it? I don't know. So yeah, that's the end of the questions. Really excited to see where this YouTube channel can go. If you listen through and you like and you want to subscribe, go ahead. And be on the lookout for new content, for more music and all that good stuff. See ya.